Thank you. Babies, before we're done here, y'all be wearing gold-plated diapers.
What does that mean?
Never question Bruce Dickinson.
Romantic Warrior, Mr. Brightside, still alligator blood. Mr. Brightside coming at it with Romantic Warrior. It's a photo finish. Romantic Warrior has got up by a nose.
Romantic Warrior's lead is a length over Luxembourg. Hishiaguazu, the old boy, he's going a great race. Straight Aaron, leader Romantic Warrior, he's clinging on. Luxembourg driving Romantic Warrior, I think.
It's still Romantic Warrior. Romantic Warrior, he's hanging on. Oh, he's a star. Romantic Warrior takes out another Group 1.
Welcome back to the Triple Trio. We're looking at the return of Romantic Warrior. So the perfect man to chat to is the one and only James McDonald, who's jumping on a plane on Saturday night and going reunited with his great mate. Hey, J-Mac, as always, mate, a pleasure to see you. You must be excited to get over there and see him.
Yeah, absolutely, boys. He's obviously it's been a long waiting since Japan, so it'll be great to get back on him. Obviously, he's a brilliant racehorse, and he's it's just always exciting when his name gets brought up and he's back in action. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, he seemed to trial exceptionally well the other day. I know you would have kept an eye on that, and if you haven't spoken to Hugh, he didn't need to. J-Mac, he absolutely flew against some of the sprinters.
Yeah, they said they could easily put him in the 1200 metre race. He probably would have won it. So that's how good he's going at the moment. He did have pacifiers on the dirt trial.
Yeah.
He's obviously Danny's just trialling near us something for if he does happen to go to Saudi. But yeah, he looks to be trialling really well. He's had a lovely preparation in terms of. He was pretty busy this time last year. He'd already had 2 runs, pretty hard runs too. So he's had 2 lovely trials, 3 lovely trials actually, and had a nice break during the winter, or summer up there now. So he looks in really good form, and Huey seems very happy with him. Danny seems very happy with him. So it's very good.
Do you give Huey some of your riding fee for looking after the horse and getting him ready for you?
What do you reckon the answer to that is?
I wouldn't have thought so, Shane.
Hey, I used to warm Winks up when he just kicked me off her, so return serve.
Mate, he's been trying to boot you off, Romantic Warrior. Don't worry about that. Yeah. We brought him on the show. He said, "By gee, this horse goes well for me."
I bet you it goes well for anyone, but look, if anything happens, I suppose he's the first man, first port of call. So, yeah, he couldn't be a better replacement if anything does happen.
And overall as well, J-Mac, you know, another 6-week stint. So it's a great meeting to go back and kick off the campaign, hopefully on the right note.
Yeah, 100%, Hutch. I'm looking forward to it. The girls are already over there, so yeah, we jump on a plane on Saturday night, get there Sunday, and looks a really nice book a ride. So yeah, I can't wait to get over there for the 6 weeks. It's a brilliant time to be there, and yeah, it's always good, obviously, with Romantic Warriors, obviously racing in that period of time too. So 2 starts he has in that period of 6 weeks. So hopefully I can pick up a few more good rides over the time.
Hang on, mate. Look, can I just go back one sec? Did you say your girls have already gone over there? So there's a flight to be going over, 9 hours in a flight with 2 little kids, and you decided to send them out early and you'll go on your own? Is that right?
Well played.
Oh, well, I learned that off Billy Idol. So you need your rest to perform at your best.
And don't have many rides. You took
Exactly.
2. You're starting to learn.
Well, it's a nice race for him as we head back to it, and you'll sleep easy on the flight over as well, J-Mac, because when you look at the opposition, I don't think there's a bit of a significant lack of depth in this contest. A couple of other races look like they've they've got some strong depth, but the 2,000 metre races.
So you got him on top.
Got it. Look, he's going to be very short. He'll be even shorter than what I've marked him. And we saw Ensued win first up. That was a good win. Nimbus or Strip Fitter encountered. There's a whole host of horses that could run second in the race, to be brutally honest. But Shane, like, he could start really short, Romantic Warrior on the day. And of course, this was Ensued winning, but. Yeah, he could be $1.10, $1.20. I'm not sure on the day. It'll be very hot.
I think he will be, Clint.
Yeah.
I've got him on top, of course. He's not hard to find, especially gate 1. He'll box seat. There's pace in the race. Which one will lead? Carrying Generation or Money Catcher or something? Winning Dragon could push forward. Here's this race last week. I thought the horse back in the yellow colours ran really well. See him coming through yellow, blue, about 7th or 8th. His name's 5G Patch, and he goes to 2,000 metres, which is going to suit him. I think he'll run a race here, sitting back, circling them or coming through them.
Okay, so that's horse number 3 in 5G Patch. Romantic Warrior, $1.36.
Yeah, it was interesting listening to what Zach had to say to the Australian media as well when he said, I didn't bother taking a ride in the race. James, hoping that you'd miss the flight and that he might pick it up.
He's always got plenty to say, old Zachy, doesn't he? So. Yeah. He's probably in contact with the pilots as we speak.
Hey, James, I'll tell you something. When you turned up last year, he was riding no good last season. It's different this season. He's riding really, really well. So you better be on your A game.
He's always riding well. Don't worry about that.
Well, you're only giving him 37 head start, Mac. I reckon you can get him, can't you?
I'll give it a crack anyway. I'll have him shaking in his boots.
Yeah.
Might not get to the 37 as quick as he hoped.
Yeah, damn straight. You're shaking his boot. Hey, let's have a look at your rides quickly while we've got you, mate. I think go through.
Well, I mean, James wouldn't have had a chance. He's got the meeting in Australia first, so he wouldn't have had a chance to have a look. But I think you got, outside of the obvious, you got a couple of very good rides. Actually, the bookend. I think Blazing Wind has got a fantastic chance in the first race. This is his most recent run, and he doesn't have a lot of early speed. I think he's the kind of horse that if you let him settle, he'll finish off. He just missed on this occasion for Vincent, and if he brings this sort of form, he's going to go very close. So he looks a great chance for J-Mac. And the other one that I thought would go well outside of the obvious, as I mentioned, was Davano in the last. He's another horse that is really flying. Davano looks a great chance. He chased hot speed here, J-Mac, and he should get a good run on the weekend and hopefully run well for you.
Yeah, he stuck on Gamely, didn't he? But he obviously got to take on Packing Power. Obviously, Zach's riding that one, so he's opted to ride it. But yeah, it looks uneven, really, Book of Rides. I went through them a little bit just before, but I thought I think Voyage Bubbles can bounce back. He looks as good a chance as any in that race, and same with the family horse.
Family Jewel.
Yeah, I thought he was a good chance. Mastermind's done nothing wrong, but obviously, by the sounds, it bumps into a good horse, and yeah, they're just solid Book of Rides. I think. I reckon I'll be around
James,
money anyway.
Looking at that, you could be favourite to win the Jockeys Premiership. That's how good they are. Won't be much between you and. That's how good they are, mate. You could even carry some of them. Won't be much between you and Zach. Zach's got two good
Jockey
things.
Challenge? You mean the Jockey
Challenge?
Yeah,
the Jockey Challenge. Car Ying Rising and Packing Power, they look good things. So there's 2 winners. But James, of course, has got Romantic Warrior, who's a good thing. And then he's got a lot of very good chances. So there won't be much between you and Zach.
Yeah, and I read an article that Huey said he's got a really strong Book of Rides as well. So, yeah, it sets up pretty well. Obviously, the first real meeting before the 3 weeks out from the international, so everyone's starting to fire up a bit. And yeah, I'm excited to get up there for the 6 weeks. Be pretty cool.
J-Mac, you mentioned Voyage Bubble. I know you're not going to want to sort of declare your hand or show your hand too much on the show, but it's a race there's not a lot of speed in. And what did you make of his last run? Because we know you know him well. Of course, you rode him when second at Golden 60 last year in the mile, and he's run first up. What did you think of that?
Yeah, he was outstanding. I thought he was stuck on Gamely after obviously doing a little bit of work, and Ricky said he's improved out of sight because he was quite big in conditions. So he to credit to him, he stuck on extremely well. He gave that good horse a card into the race, and it just finished a little bit too strong. But I reckon we can turn the tables. He's a good horse on his day, and he looks to come up pretty well. So yeah, I think he's a terrific hope in that.
Mate, your confidence must be sky high. Congratulations on an unbelievable Melbourne Cup carnival with 11 winners, mate. I know you really target that carnival. You're really keen to win the Ron Hutchison Award, and you've targeted it. And by gee, you rode well, mate. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. It was a brilliant week. Fantastic racing. The atmosphere was incredible, and everyone's eyeballs was centered around Flemington. So it was a great day, great week to perform and get on some good horses. And the 4 Group 1 winners that we had over that week, they're just sensational horses. Like, they're as good as you get. And if you threw the colours into the jockeys' room, they'd be scrambling over those sort of rides. So we're pretty lucky in that sense. So it was great to get a few results.
I think to put your
Yeah,
achievements.
but they wouldn't be winning on them like you do.
Well, Viva Vestina, mate. I think Richo could have ridden it.
I think to put James's achievements into context, and yes, you've got to have the ammunition, but like a most successful Group 1 winning rider ever, Damien Oliver, the most he got during a carnival was 6 winners. J-Max had 10, 10 and 11, broken the record. Like, this is, in Australia, we've had so many great riders in the history, and he's nearly doubled what the norm is. So that just puts you in pretty rare air, mate. So a huge congratulations.
To be fair, Hutch, I think there's more races now, so we might have a few more opportunities to go around. I think
not a lot more.
10, but
Mate, not a lot more. Don't be like.
there's a few.
Tell me.
Actually, to put it in perspective, James, you were riding better today than you were a year ago. A year ago, you could make a mistake, and going to Hong Kong really helped your riding a lot. Do you believe
100%. Yeah, 100%. This time last year when I did the 6 weeks there, it's definitely flicked a switch. Look, I don't know what it was.
I'll give you a classic example. The Derby this year in Sydney, AJC Derby.
Yeah.
The ride in the race, not the horse. You stayed on the inside, cut the corner. The second horse went around them. The old J-Mac, because it was favourite, would have gone round them. But you decided to cut the corner. That was the difference between winning and losing. And that's one thing I've noticed about you the last 12 months. You're gambling in races, whereas before you wouldn't gamble and you could get beat at the 100 in big races because your horses did too much around the bend. Now you're not riding like that. You've gone to another level, which is hard to believe, but you have.
I wish I didn't gamble on broadsiding in the Caulfield Guineas, Daisy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. That doesn't matter, mate. That's going to happen.
Nah.
You can't look at it like that. You had the track. I never look back on things like that, because you're going to win more races the way you're riding than you're going to lose.
Oh, for sure. And I have no doubt that the last 6 weeks in terms of when I rode in Hong Kong definitely turned me into a far better rider. I just opened my eyes a bit more and had to experiment a bit more. So, I'm hoping the same does a little bit for us this time. I enjoy the challenge.
And the Longines rankings have got you right on top, mate, ahead of Ryan Moore at the moment in all the key races. William Buick, Craig Williams, Flavian Pratt, Damien Lane, who will be up to Hong Kong as well. So brilliant to see all the absolute best of the best going to be in Hong Kong during International Week with a host of them featured.
Yes, and what are there? 2 qualifying races left both in Japan, I think, aren't they? The Japan Cup and Mile Championship.
Yeah, so that is brilliant. Hey, Mac, just quickly, Via Sistina, there had been some discussion that you jumped off and said we would have won the Melbourne Cup by about 10. I think most people think if that you actually said that, you're 100% on the money. Is that what you were thinking?
I was thinking it when I crossed the line, that's for sure, to be honest. But they chose the right path. Obviously, I think she's rated the best mare in the world at the moment. So
she is.
Obviously to keep that, or second best horse in the world as well. So that's pretty good. And I think their logic was that she's got, I think, 5 or 6 Group 1s in the autumn to compete in, and so she's still got a lot of racing in her. 20 starts, it's nothing for her, and she just seems to be getting better and better. But you know what? I reckon when I fell off for that day at Moonee Valley, it's dead set kicked her into gear. I don't know what it is about it. I swear to God, she is a different horse since I've fallen off her. She is sparked well into life.
She's got fit.
I still don't know how you fell off it. It didn't hardly stumble.
You're
That's
the
riding with your That's riding with your toes in the irons. I couldn't believe it. I sent it to someone. They said, another jockey. They said, how do you fall off that?
You know,
Jeez,
Daisy, you're the second person to say that, and guess who the other person who said that? How did you fall off that horse? It was Hugh
Who was
Bowman.
it?
Hugh Bowman.
See,
Another fully proven jock.
Huey rides with his feet, doesn't he? His feet in the irons, like I did. Like it would have been impossible for me to fall off that. And I'm not disrespect. No, it's true. When you ride with your feet in the irons, right, and a horse does that, it is impossible to fall off it because you still got your balance. But when you're riding with your toes in the irons, you go boom straight away and your balance is gone. 100% it would have been impossible to fall off if you
Well, anyway, it's worked out well, hasn't it? It's worked out well. All's well that ends well.
worked out perfect.
Hey, Golden, do you want to criticise our special guest anymore before we let him go?
Mate, I've given him a rap. He's riding better than ever.
Oh, thanks. Taking a while.
Still only got one nickname though, mate.
You haven't made it until you got 3. I know.
Mate, we look forward to seeing you in December, buddy. I heard it's drinks on you. God love you.
100%.
Yeah, you're the best.
Mate.
Yeah.
Thanks for being on the show. What a champ he is, James McDonald. We better take a deep breath and get stuck into global racing on the other side.